Oh yes, once again it is that time. Hello, happy Sunday morning. It is I, your host, Pogo Kiddo, with yet another amazing, fantastic, informative episode of Redstone Lapis Lazuli. Hey, good morning, guys, good morning. Here I am, in my world. Yeah, here, let me slow down here. Calm down. Alright, here we go. So, yeah, what have I done? Well, here's my factory. here's the factory. It's coming along. Something's a little bit different though. Let's go find out what's different here. I can see over there. Oh my goodness. Would you look at that? That is a design by a Navy Nexus called a zero-tick farm. This is a zero-tick bamboo farm. So what it does is it uses the power of shaky sand to make this thing go. I can't even turn it on from here. Like, there used to be an on switch here, but since I'm not supposed to walk on the roof, like this, I shouldn't even be here. Yeah. So this thing's a shaky sand machine, and it mass produces bamboo. The bamboo falls into this chest where it awaits. There's a lot of it. It's awaiting. You see, it works down this series of hoppers and chests down to the fuel section over there. Let's go take a look at that. Let's go take a look. So here, the fuel section. So what this does is it will place bamboo into all of these hoppers, which then feed into these furnaces as they move by, one at a time. Here we can observe the movement of the furnaces. So you will put the fuel in here, or not the fuel, but the thing you want cooked. The thing you want cooked, you put in here. The machine, here, let me turn this machine on. Oh, now it's on. Let's go look at what it's doing. It's doing that. It's mass producing stuff. Here, you know what? The music is too loud, and there's no sound. Let me fix that. There's no sound because, man, this stuff is loud. Audio. There you go. So, yeah, that's just going. All right. I will then go down here and show you what's happening. So that bamboo is falling into these chests. Then these chests fill into there, and which fill into the furnaces. And when I decide to cook something, I'll have something to cook. But I don't have anything right now. Let me turn that off. That's the first thing I changed since last week. The other thing I changed since last week is like, oh, look at, there's like no chests here anymore. What happened? Well, I changed the system. I had, instead of making the split between gold bars, and rotten flesh, I changed all these guys to only pick up rotten flesh. And I changed this side to only pick up gold. That's because I wanted all that rotten flesh not to sit down here where it's useless, right? No, you can't use the rotten flesh right here. So instead I put a little hopper here down into this dropper. And this dropper pops it into this water stream, which then shoots things down this water pipe to this elevator. And that elevator brings it up to this storage system where all the rotten flesh awaits, because take the rotten flesh from here, and you go talk to a priest. So grab a stack of rotten flesh. I say, hey, priest. He'll say, hey, dude, I will give you an emerald for half your stack. All right. What a deal, dude. I get a little golden ball. You get your rotten flesh to purify. I get emeralds. Everyone's happy. And that's how it's done. That took a long time to make. It was ridiculous how long that took to make. Okay, on top of that, I finally got around to building a roof. So I have a ceiling now. I am not afraid of my poor priests being struck by lightning. They are protected now. They will not be struck by lightning. So that works out really well too. That's two things that worked out well. Now, unfortunately, I think things are not working out for Brian. So he's not here today this morning. I was hoping to keep him on to make this a regular deal, but yeah, he's not here, so I don't know what's going on. But remember, Brian's a newbie when it comes to Minecraft. So it's really cool to see what it is that he made. Whoa! You know, I should probably come here in the daytime. Yeah, I'll just use his bed. Ha 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 ha. Alright. Oh gosh, see, yeah, the bats. There's so many bats. I need to sleep. Steal your bed. Alright, so what did Brian make while I was gone? Check this out. He made a water slide. Sandemus. I didn't pick it up. Did I pick up the boat? Nope, it's right there. There, okay. So I need this boat. It's my boogie board. Ooh, we put it in the front. Okay, nice. So it's right there. Climb up here. Get a nice view. So that's the unfortunate thing about Realms, about Microsoft's Realms, is that they limit your view distance to 4 chunks, or not 4 chunks, but very low view distance, very low. So you can't see all of it. Like on my single player world, if I were to play this game on my computer, I would be able to see my base. Like we'd all be neighbors, really close neighbors. But because the way they do the server here, you can't see anything. So anyways, we're up here and he made a water slide. Just throw a boat down there, hop in. Whee, no hands. So it's real slow if you just like want to be lazy about it, but if you want to be cool, you're like fast. And then yeah, down at the bottom, nice and safe. Pretty cool, man. So yeah, if you've never played Minecraft before and you want to experiment with like the water mechanics, that's like a real smart way to do it. That's pretty cool. I like it. I dig it. And then he also made this deal. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. I think he's making a house. Yeah, look at. It's a house. He was making like a water base, dude. Oh, what's the see down here? Our princess. This is another castle. That's awesome. That's great. That's great. So check it out. It's like a Mario level. It's like a maze. Oh, that's what this is. It's a maze. It's a glass maze. So like you're like, where are the walls? Where are the walls? How do you get out? It's like a Super Mario maze. Look at this. This is crazy. Alright. I mean, it's crazy in a good way. Oh, that's great. Look, that's awesome. That's awesome. But look at there's more underneath. Dude, look at, he made all this. This is crazy. This is great. Underwater. Oh wait, hey, look, there's a hole right there. Okay, let's go in the hole. Alright. There's a hole right there too. swim in there? How do you swim? Oh, I'm gonna drown. Better get out. There I go. Now I'm swimming. Okay, you have to hold control. All right. Get some air. Okay, I'm swimming. I can fit. Oh, I can probably fit. Come on, dude. Nope. Now I'm not swimming. All right. Swimming. All right. Fit in the hole. I hope this goes somewhere. Yeah, it does. It does. It goes somewhere. All right. In a mine. Looks like he's mining here. We're only at Y level 55 though. This is like really shallow mine. Oh, it connects to his main mine. Okay. I love how I'm psychoanalyzing Brian through his Minecraft mines. That's funny. Psychoanalysis through Minecraft. That's great. Ooh, it goes deeper. All right, that's cool. He's using the water. Yeah, it stops here. So it looks like he was maybe extending his water thing. I don't know. Maybe he could, if he connects the water. He could connect the what's that called? The water slide with this underground water tunnel and make like a huge, like, it's basically like a theme park at that point. It's like maybe that's what he's making, is a theme park. It goes down here. Yeah, he's working on it still, but yeah. Lol, what? Water mechanics, man. Okay. Alright, get out of here. Oh, there, we're on top. Alright, check it out. Hey, that's pretty good, dude. That's in 1 week. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at this. Let me go check that out. What is that huge water thing? Brian was totally checking out this water mechanics. Meow, meow, meow. I gotta play my game, dude. Alright, so just like a massive tower of water, falling water, cascade. Oh, look, there's a ladder. I don't have to. Ah! Okay, I don't have to use the water. I can use the ladder. The sun is directly overhead. So I'm holding a totem of undying, but it always looks like a bird to me, or not a bird, but like I don't know what it looks like. Is it a bird? Maybe it is a bird. Maybe it looks like what it is. All right, yeah. Here's the top. Here's the top of the world. Okay, top of the world. Well, we looked at what I made, and we looked at what Brian made. And that's pretty cool. What is that? I don't know. Okay, so hey, now that we're up here, let's talk about what's been going on in the world, man. There's some crazy, crazy stuff. Now, during a little bit of like my research, I came across something. That's really interesting. That I think for me, it's really interesting. So, as you know, for the past 3 years on this show, I have been saying that Trump is a Russian asset working with Putin to destroy the United States. He is a traitor, and everyone who follows Donald Trump is a traitor too. I've been saying that for 3 years. But it's one thing to say it, but what else is going on? Like, who cares if this dude on playing Minecraft says Russia has done this? Like, what does that mean? Good point. That's a very good point. That's exactly what you should be saying. So, what I've done is I've taken the liberty to procure some evidence. As you know, there was a investigation into Donald Trump by Robert Mueller. Oh, wrong one. And in this investigation, Robert Mueller said, if we had confidence after a thorough investigation of the facts that the president clearly did not commit obstruction of justice, we would so state, based on the facts and the applicable legal standards. However, we are unable to reach that judgment. The evidence we obtained about the president's actions and intent presents difficult issues that prevent us from conclusively determining that no criminal conduct occurred. We can't say that no criminal conduct occurred because of the way we did it. So because this report was prevented from conclusively determining that no criminal conduct occurred, it has to say that it didn't do it. But just because we can't say the president did a crime, it also doesn't say that he didn't do a crime. So we can't say that he did a crime, but we can't say that he didn't do the crime. In other words, there's something there I just can't say. I'm not allowed to say. That's Robert Mueller. That's what he's saying right there. Now, before I go there, I'm going too fast. Before I get to Robert Mueller, what you have to know is that Russia has been attacking us systemically for years and years and years and years and years. It didn't just start in 2016. They've been doing it since the beginning, since they were the USSR. They've been doing it forever. Here, let me show you this guy named Yuri Bezmenov. He used to be a KGB agent, then he defected to the United States in the 80s. And here he is in 1985 describing the techniques used by Russia to do this to us.
Well, you spoke several times before about ideological subversion. That is a phrase that I'm afraid some Americans don't fully understand.
There's nothing to do with espionage. Only about 15% of time, money, and manpower is spent on espionage as such. The other 85% is a slow process which we call either ideological subversion or active measures, активные мероприятия in the language of the KGB, or psychological warfare. What it basically means is to change the perception of reality of every American to such an extent that despite of the abundance of information, no one is able to come to sensible conclusions in the interests of defending themselves, their families, their community, and their country. You cannot change their mind, even if you expose them to authentic information, even if you prove that white is white and black is black, you still cannot change the basic perception and the logic of behavior. In other words, these people, the process of demoralization is complete and irreversible. To get rid society of these people, you need another 20 or 15 years to educate a new generation of patriotically minded and common sense people who would be acting in favor and in the interests of the United States society. The next stage is destabilization. This time, subverter does not care about your ideas and the patterns of your consumption. Whether you eat junk food and get fat and flabby, it doesn't matter anymore. This time, and it takes only from 2 to 5 years to destabilize a nation, what matters is essentials: economy, foreign relations, defense systems. The next stage, of course, is crisis. It may take only up to 6 weeks to bring a country to the verge of crisis. You can see it in Central America now. And after crisis, with a violent change of power, structure, and economy, you have so-called the period of normalization. It may last indefinitely.
Okay. So, here, you know what? I'm in a dangerous place. I better get out of here. No. All right, I'm guessing this side is here. Where's the moon? Right there. Right overhead. That's lame. Which way are they going? That way. So this way is... Okay. I see something down there. That looks like my base. Oh, all right, I'm going to go this way. All right, 1, 2, 3, jump! Ah! Okay, water. Good. Ah! Ah! Ooh, that was fun. Yeah, that was good. I jumped on the right side. Okay. So, what is Yuri telling us? He's telling us about active measures. These active measures, what they're designed to do is make it so that no matter how much, like, even if you're surrounded by good information, you will not take it. The brainwashed person, the person who's been attacked, they will not accept the good information because you've confused them so much that they can't handle it. Their brains are overloaded. And he was saying the only way you fix that is by another 15, 20 years for the next generation to educate them. If you don't educate people, then they get brainwashed. If you don't educate people, they get brainwashed. Here, I'm going to go turn this on. That way we have something to look at. While I... Oh, that came the wrong way. Every time, I try to run directly at it, and that's dumb, because you can't. Like, I have to come in from the bottom. Alright, here, we're going to leave this going. We're going to leave this going. We're going to run away from all this noise. We'll just watch it from afar. Oh, it's not going. Oh, the wrong way. I ran right at it again. Did I forget to... Yeah, I must have forgot to turn on the killer here, the trident killer. There it goes. Run away, run away. It's gonna get real loud. Which is why I had the sound off. Okay, so there's the whole system in operation. You have your mine and your iron farm input right there. You get all the gold and all that stuff there. The rotten flesh ends up over here. Here, from this way, maybe. Oh, okay. Okay. So we know that you can seriously screw with people's heads. I mean that's the whole point, is to screw with people's heads. That's the whole point of this system. So what does that look like in practice? No. What does that look like in practice? It looks like this. This is what happens when your brain is totally screwed up by Russia. You think that Russia is your friend. You say Russia is not the enemy. That's what you do when you're brainwashed, when you've been attacked by active measures. You think the person attacking you is your friend. Here, let's look at another example of saying that the person attacking you is your friend. Now, here, I don't have it on here. Damn it. What did I do with it? What did I do with it? Button. There it is. 2 buttons mean. Copy. Paste. Refresh. Doesn't have a refresh. There, F5. There's usually refresh. Am I even on? Not to test. That's right. Okay, here we go. So here I'm gonna give you the answer, right, or the dilemma. So you have Robert Mueller saying one thing, and you have Putin saying the opposite thing. So who is Robert Mueller? Robert Mueller is an American. You know, he has the Bronze Star. He's a captain, a Marine captain, Bronze Star, Purple Heart. He served under like multiple presidents for multiple years, like a lot of years. So this is the problem facing Republicans, people who follow Donald Trump. This is the problem. Americans are saying Americans. So when I say Americans, I mean like everybody. I mean everybody, right? The Russians interfered. Where'd it go? All right. The Russian government interfered in the 2016 presidential election in sweeping and systemic fashion. Evidence of Russian government operations began to surface in mid-2016. In June, the Democratic National Committee and its cyber response team publicly announced that Russian hackers had compromised its computer network. Releases of hacked materials, hacks that public reporting soon attributed to the Russian government, began that same month. Additional releases followed in July through the organization WikiLeaks, with further releases in October and November. Okay, so that's part of the Mueller report, right? That's part of the Mueller report. The Mueller report is in conjunction. You have the NSA, you have the CIA, you have the FBI, and you have the intelligence community. That's all in the United States. You also have Holland, who took video of the hackers of the Russian government officers hacking into the United States. You have Christopher Steele, whose report, while it wasn't used, Christopher Steele's report wasn't used in the FBI report, but all those facts, all those things that about 70% of the things he said were proven to be true. Then you have Australia. Australia is the prime minister. The prime minister, what began this whole thing was George Papadopoulos was drunk and told the Australian prime minister that he could get Hillary's emails through the Russians. That prompted the Australian prime minister or ambassador to contact the FBI, and the FBI started their investigation, which started this whole mess. So that's one side of it. That's the Americans, right? The Americans are saying Russia interfered in the 2016 presidential elections. But that's what's weird. What Putin says is totally different. Russian President Vladimir Putin has dismissed Special Counsel Robert Mueller's report and investigation, agreeing with President Donald Trump's assessment that the entire probe was a witch hunt. We said from the start that Mr. Mueller's notorious investigation would find no evidence, Putin said Tuesday, the Moscow Times reported. Therefore, it was clear to us in advance that it would end up as the mountain that gave birth to a mouse, as they say in Russia. The Russian leader then reiterated his position that his country did not interfere in the 2016 election, calling the entire Mueller investigation complete nonsense. He also used a talking point frequently voiced by Trump, blaming the probe on Democrats' unwillingness to accept that they had been defeated. So, again, you have Americans and American allies saying, for sure, Russia attacked us in 2016. You have the Americans, the Dutch, the English, the Australians, all these American agencies, the CIA, the NSA. You have Robert Mueller, a decorated Marine captain, ex-Marine captain. You have all these deals, right? You have all these things going on, all these Americans. And on the other hand, you have Vladimir Putin, and you have the Russian intelligence agency, the FSB. They all say, no, we didn't do it. The Americans and the allies are wrong. They're lying. And Trump says, oh yeah, I don't believe the Americans. I believe Putin. That's what he's saying, right? So how do I know if this is even real? Here, look it. You can look for yourself.
For each president, President Trump, yes. You first. Just now, President Putin denied having anything to do with the election interference in 2016. Every U.S. intelligence agency has concluded that Russia did. My first question for you, sir, is who do you believe? My second question is, would you now, with the whole world watching, tell President Putin, would you denounce what happened in 2016, and would you warn him to never do it again?
So let me just say that we have two thoughts. You have groups that are wondering why the FBI never took the server. Why haven't they taken
right now,
the server?
he's deflecting.
Why was the FBI told
He's
to
not
leave
answering the question. He won't. He can't. He can never ever criticize Putin.
I've been asking that for months and months.
He's deflecting.
Tweeting it out and calling
that
it
wasn't
out
the
on
question.
social media. Where is the server?
He's casting doubt on the investigation right now.
And what is the server saying? With that being said, all I can do is ask the question. My people came to me, Dan Coates came to me, and some others. They said they think it's Russia. I have President Putin. He just said it's not Russia. I will say this. I don't see any reason why it would be, but I really do want to see the server.
So
but
he agreed with Putin.
I have
He's deflecting to something else.
Parties. I really believe that this will probably go on for a while, but I don't think it can go on without finding out what happened to the server.
Deflecting.
What happened to the servers
Deflecting.
of the Pakistani
Deflecting.
gentlemen that worked on the DNC? Where are those servers?
Deflecting.
They're missing. Where
Deflecting.
are they? What happened to Hillary Clinton's
Deflecting.
emails? 33,000 emails gone.
Deflecting.
Just gone.
Deflecting.
I think in Russia they wouldn't be gone so easily. I think it's a disgrace that we can't get Hillary Clinton's 33,000 emails. So I have great confidence in my intelligence people, but I will tell you that President Putin was extremely strong and powerful in his denial today. And what he did is an incredible offer. He offered to have the people working on the case come and work with their investigators with respect to the 12 people. I think that's an incredible offer. Okay, thank you.
All right, so what you heard there was Donald Trump deflecting to Hillary something. When he answered finally, he said, oh yeah, Dan Coates, and they came to me and said, yeah, it's Russia. And Donald Trump said, oh, I just talked to Putin, and Putin very strongly denied it, and I believe Putin. Oh, that's what he said. So that is the test. That's the test. Did Donald Trump ever say anything negative about Putin? No, he cannot. That's his boss. So that's what it comes down to. We have all the Americans and the allies saying, yeah, Russia did it. You know, Robert Mueller's a Republican too. So then you have the Russians saying, no, we didn't do it. all you Americans are liars, is what they're saying. But uh, but yet, so that's the test. Let's go back. Let's go back to the original question. The original question was right here. Here's the dilemma. Are Americans the one telling the truth, or is Putin the one telling the truth? They can't be. You can't have the same thing, right? You can't choose both of them. You have to choose one. Either the Americans are telling the truth, or Putin's telling the truth. So if you're a Republican voter, right, and you're sitting there going, I don't know. Do I believe the Americans, or do I believe Putin? That's real tough. That's a real hard dilemma for Republican voters. Now, if you're an American like me, right, there's no question whatsoever. Of course the Americans are right. Of course Putin's lying. Look at all the evidence. Of course, there's tons and tons and tons of evidence. But remember, Russia in conjunction with the Republicans, they have been waging a psychological warfare on the American people for a generation now, more than a generation. Psychological warfare. We heard Yuri tell us. Yuri told us all about it. How it messes up your head so much that even when presented with evidence, you refuse to accept it. You will not accept it. That's how brainwashed they are. That's how brainwashed. So, let's look at another example of it. Oh, I don't have it. Oh, yeah. So here's another example. Remember how Donald Trump was pushing this drug, hydroxychloroquine? I don't know. It's like a fish antibiotic. He was pushing it to make money off of it. Right? And it was a big lie. A bunch of people took it and got sick and died. Because Donald Trump doesn't care, right? He's a fascist. He doesn't care about Americans at all. He's here to kill Americans. That's why that's why Putin put him in place. So it turns out, everyone knows by this point. They should know. The good information is that this drug here doesn't work. It was put out there. It never worked. The only one pushing it are people trying to make a buck. So even though the word is out there about the truth that this drug that Donald was pushing doesn't work, his people, his base, don't care. They cannot accept that information. It won't go in their brain. They are sticking with this fish antibiotic, even though it won't help them. Because of the nature of brainwashing. Look what it did to them. Look what it did. Well, here, we have a... So, okay, let's go back to this guy, right? So, this is the Nazi test. Here's where you have the Nazi test, right? You can either believe Putin or you can believe Americans. You can't believe both. So, there's this guy in Salem named Mike Slagle. This guy is a traitor. He's a Nazi. He's a crypto Nazi. It's those. Remember, it could be that he's just brainwashed, but I don't think we make a distinction. A Nazi is a Nazi. We don't care if you're a brainwashed Nazi. If you're a Nazi, you're a Nazi. So how do I know this guy's a Nazi? How do I know? Well, because I got in a conversation with Mike Slagle. And Mike Slagle said, "What's wrong with creating a peaceful relationship with notoriously tyrant countries? He built our military up for a reason." Who? Obama? I don't understand. "Not to fight, but to have calm knowing that other countries are doing the same." So that's like, he's trying to both sides it. Then he says, "Also, aren't we way past this Russia collusion? We have moved from that to Ukraine, to Kavanaugh, to economics, to China, to a virus, and now being unconstitutionally locked up for our own safety. Let's move forward." So this guy is brainwashed. He's a Russian. He's a Russian asset. He's working for Russia. He works at an aerospace inspection tech in West Pro Labs. This guy's a security threat. He works in like a pretty important industry, aerospace technology. Holy, and he's a Russian sympathizer. You may want to look at whoever is employing this guy. May want to look into that, because remember, he is on Team Russia. He is on Team Russia at this Helsinki meeting where we all heard Donald Trump side with Vladimir Putin over Americans. This guy here, Mike Slagle, is also with Putin. These guys are friends. These guys are buddies. So when you look at our map here of information, you're either with the Americans or you're with Putin. He's down here with Putin. Mike Slagle is down here is with the traitors. He's a traitor. Mike Slagle is a traitor. And he's in town. And he works in an aerospace industry. You should probably check that out. So let's see where I am back in Minecraft. I'm still here. All right, I need more coffee. Have some music, right? What happened to the music? Where'd it go? I'm gonna get some more coffee. But yeah. So let's talk again about the power of brainwashing. The purpose of brainwashing for the Russians, active measures is what they call it. The purpose of active measures is to make it so that a population is unable to come to a consensus as to what needs to happen. How do you defend yourself? What are the attackers? Who are the attackers? If you can't come to a consensus, then you can't act. So the whole point of Russian disinformation, of the Russian attack, is to confuse people and make it so they can't come to a consensus. And it's to do it so that they lose the idea of truth. Because to a fascist, there's no such thing as truth. They don't care. The only thing that matters to a fascist is power. That's why Mike Slagle was trying to get me to stop talking about. And Mike Slagle would never ever criticize Putin. In fact, Mike Slagle is the kind of guy who's a Nazi. Gwen Schneider made an interesting point. Yeah, dude, there's lots of ways to talk about fascism. There's lots of different flavors of fascism, but it all essentially boils down to authoritarian government, not ruled by law or reason, not ruled by reason, and tyrannical. I don't know. You know what? I'm just like kind of spitballing it. Let's go look up what like an expert, well, not even like smart people say. All right, here. I got that. Where is that? Fascism. All right, here, I'm gonna stick it up here. Okay, what is fascism? Okay, here are the aspects of fascism. The first feature of fascism is the cult of tradition. So we know a bunch of these stupid leper gnomes that are coming out to rally for the virus. A lot of them are about the South, the Confederacy. They have this stupid idea of the way it's supposed to be. They want to go backwards. That's their whole idea, is go backwards to this time of slavery again. They want the tradition. And it rejects the ideas of modernism. So that while we Americans are saying, yeah, let's extend freedom and justice to every human being, the fascist rejects that. They say, no, we do not want to extend freedom and justice to every human being. We don't want that. Okay. The next thing is that irrationalism also depends on the cult of action for action's sake. So what does that look like? What does that even mean? It looks like this. In Michigan, a bunch of these Nazis showed up. So what they're saying is that they want to protest the social distancing, the shutting down of the economy to stop the spread of the virus. They don't want to stop the spread of the virus. So what they do is they show up and they, you see them that he has no mask, and you see how he's like using his breath weapon to spread the germs onto the police officers. Fascists don't care. These guys, it's irrational. If his goal is to stop the shutdown, what he's doing is prolonging the shutdown and harming more Americans. It's not rational. That's the whole point of fascism. There's no reason to it. There's no reason. It's not reasonable. You cannot reason with a fascist. Let's go back to our points. So, you can't reason with the fascists. Okay, what's the next thing on here? The critical spirit makes distinctions, and to distinguish is a sign of modernism. That's important, right? That's important. Being able to distinguish. So this cuts both ways. This is an issue that cuts both ways, right? Because a criticism against me, progressive, socialist, whatever, a criticism against me is that, oh yeah, and I heard it all the time. I heard it so many times growing up. That I heard it so many times that it was like labeled. It was my label that I'm anti-American and that I hate white people because I was so critical of a lot of the things that that the United States has done, and a lot of the historical crimes that were committed. I was critical of it, and I knew about it, and I would talk about it. And because of that, high school, college, whatever, I lost a lot of friends because they were unable to make distinctions. They believed that I was unable to criticize one aspect of the United States without saying the whole thing is evil. They were unable to recognize that. Right? They were unable to recognize that I can critique white supremacy. I can condemn white supremacists and not hate white people as a whole. But to the fascists, they can't make that distinction. If one person is bad, the whole group is bad. That's how they think, right? That's why if they have one negative experience with a minority, they can extrapolate that to all minorities because they're unable to make distinctions. Now, fascism. Okay, for fascism, disagreement is treason. We've heard Trump already call other people traitors for disagreeing with him. It's ridiculous. All right, fascism derives from individual or social frustration. All right, well, yeah, there's already been a hollowing out of the middle class. We all saw it as companies made lots and lots and lots of money, but the middle class got hollowed out. Wages haven't risen. Everyone's got the rise of the gig economy, where you have to have 3 jobs just to make it, and you're working stupid hours with no benefits. That's gonna make you frustrated. And when someone gives you an easy answer, frustrated people who have no education are likely to take it. Especially when they've been brainwashed by Russia. All right. So to people who feel deprived of a clear social identity, fascism says that their only privilege is the most common one, to be born in the same country. So that's what I think that's more about. When we talk about the same country, they're talking about the Confederacy. They're not talking about the United States. They're talking about the Confederacy. So you're a poor white person and you're told by the elites that, oh yeah, the other side hates you, poor white person, not us elites. We're the left will critique the elites who happen to be white, and they'll critique white supremacy, but because you're a fascist, you're unable to make that distinction. You think the left is critiquing all white people and even the poor people, and blame the poor people for the situation. Unable to make distinctions. And so, to protect yourself, you're like, oh, if they're blaming all white people, then that must be my identity as a white person, and we must protect all white people, or whatever. That's just crazy fascist thinking. Okay. The followers must feel humiliated by the ostentatious wealth and forces of their enemies. So that's why Donald Trump paints the left as being elites. Even though Donald Trump himself is an elite, he has to paint the other side as elites to rile up his base. For fascism, there is no struggle for life, but rather, life is lived for struggle. Elitism is a typical aspect of any reactionary ideology insofar as it's fundamentally aristocratic. And aristocratic and militaristic elitism cruelly implies contempt for the weak. In such a perspective, everyone is educated to be a hero. Since both permanent war and heroism are difficult games to play, the fascist transfers his will to power to sexual matters, to misogyny. Because of its qualitative populism, fascism must be against rotten parliamentary governments, so against democracy. Whenever a politician casts doubt on the legitimacy of a parliament because it no longer represents the voice of the people, we can smell fascism. So we hear that all the time with the leper gnome protests. That's what they're about. That's what this guy is yelling about. That guy is yelling about the illegitimacy of democracy. That's what he's yelling about. That's why he's spreading the virus. Okay, fashion speaks newspeak. All right, so yeah. There's a lot of shit going on there. But the fascist, yeah, it's awful. So brainwashing is terrible. It turns Americans into this guy. What does this guy want? This guy wants he wants to go to Russia. So what happens in Russia? In Russia, like, he looks at the translation, right? Dr. Alexander Shelepov, who complained about the need to work after being infected with the coronavirus and later tried to deny he said that, fell from the second floor. How do you fall from a second-story window? A doctor who complained about having to work when he was sick fell from a second-story window in Russia. What? Look at it. It happened again. Natalia Lebedeva, head of ER of FMBA agency in Star City, died from falling out of a window. Reports that she committed suicide. And then there was another doctor who fell out of a window during a conference call. What? What? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's what this guy wants. That's what this guy wants to go to. He's saying these people are our friends. That's what Mike Slagle. That's what Mike Slagle wants. This is what Mike Slagle wants. He wants to go to a world like that. Because he's brainwashed. He's brainwashed. What else do I got? Putin. Okay, another thing about fascists is that they try to deny that they say things. Oop. So here, stop. Check this out. Let's listen to what Trump said.
Thank you very much. So I ask Bill a question that probably some of you are thinking of if you're totally into that world, which I find to be very interesting. So supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light, and I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting. Right, and then I see the disinfectant, where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside
Injecting disinfectant?
Almost a cleaning, because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number in the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me. So we'll see. But the whole concept of the light, the way it kills it in 1 minute,
That's pretty powerful.
So yeah, Donald Trump denies he said that, but there it is. Of course he's gonna deny he said it. He's like he's a fascist. What other thing do I got? Fucking. The GOP. So the goal of the fascists is to destroy, the Russians is to destroy the United States. And the Republicans are allied with Russia to do this. They want to destroy the United States because they're Confederates. Remember, we're in a civil war. The Confederates versus the Unionists. The Confederates want to destroy the Constitution and the United States and install the Confederacy. They won't say it out loud, but that's what they want. So you got to look at what's happening. What reopening is really about. Republicans do not want to give average people any more money, no matter the death. Businesses open equals no unemployment checks either. So if the business is open and you don't want to go to work because you don't want to die, you can't claim unemployment. Congress could be paying everyone $2,000 a month to survive until it's possible to stay open, to safely open again. But check it out. Larry Kudlow says on CNN that in a couple weeks, the White House will see what needs to be done on another relief package. He wouldn't commit to more money for PPP or state and local governments, and cited Trump's threat to withhold aid to sanctuary cities. At a state task force panel about reopening South Carolina's businesses last week, Lindsey Graham said Congress will extend unemployment extensions over our dead bodies. So Congress, the Republicans do not want to give people money. They want you to go back to work. They don't care if you get sick and die. They want you to go back to work because elites need you to work to make money for the elites, right? These guys don't give a fuck about you. Let's see. Look at over here. Donald Trump. So Donald Trump is using FEMA to steal equipment from states and direct them to where he wants to his political allies. So like he did to Ukraine, you know how he said, okay, Ukraine, you can't get this stuff unless you help Donald Trump. Donald Trump is like, oh yeah, we're going to take this stuff because you didn't help Donald Trump. Right. But the Republicans are okay with it. So Confederates are okay with taking things from Americans. So who's a Confederate? This guy right here, Mike Slagle. He's all about it. He's all about it. What else do I got? Russian doctor, Trader Mike. So here's the deal, right? They're trying to project an idea. This is all psychological warfare designed to mess with your head. But you got to keep grounded in the facts. What are the facts? The facts are, over time, Donald Trump is losing. Even in Texas, it's a tie. It's a tie between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. But look at, everyone says they disapprove of Donald Trump and they want Biden. There's one here, +2. Where's this at? We don't even know. But that was from like 2 days ago. So as you see, like from April 29th, everyone was saying that he's doing bad. So Donald Trump is doing real bad, and people know it. They're trying to project an idea of a unified opposition to the Americans, but it's not working. Americans know that things are messed up. So the main thing you have to know is that fascists don't care about truth. They don't use words in good faith. They are disingenuous. So it's useless to try to debate a fascist because they're brainwashed. They have no brain. You don't debate fascists respectfully. You shut them down. You shut them up. Because fascists will do the same thing to you. They're not trying to arrive to truth. They don't believe in truth. What they're trying to do is harm you. So be sure to protect yourself. Don't leave yourself open to fascists. Don't let them spread their talking points because they infect you. They infect you with bad information. Fascism is like a virus. A virus is just a piece of information that wants to make more copies of itself. That's the only. So you can see how fascism is a virus and will harm you. You don't play nice with viruses. You don't try to compromise with viruses. You don't try to come to a peaceful understanding with viruses. Viruses don't care. All they want to do is make more copies of themselves. What else do I got? Well, that's it for right there, I think. So let's play some Minecraft a bit. Hide that infantry, hide. And some music! Okay, did anyone chat at me? Nope, no one chatted at me. That's okay. So recognize, we're in an information war. The information war is designed to break your head so that you can't understand anything. We see the effects of this information war by looking at how some Americans have totally lost the plot and are acting in ways contrary to to what's beneficial to the country and to themselves. Designed explicit. This is working as intended by the fascists and by our enemies, our external enemies, like Putin. So again, here's the deal, guys. You're either with the Americans and her allies, or you're with Russia. You can find out real quick if you're talking to an American or a Confederate by finding out if they believe Putin or the Americans. Confederates and Nazis always follow Putin. So you can see Donald Trump is a Nazi. So Donald Trump follows Putin. Everyone who follows Donald Trump is a Nazi because they're also following Putin. I'm not saying this to be hyperbolic. It's the way it is. It's the way it is. Like, you just saw it happen. And it's not because... it's because they're brainwashed. It's because they're brainwashed. If you wanted to put it in terms of the Matrix, they're plugged into the Matrix and can transform into an agent at any time. That's what's going on. So, okay, America. You know that they're trying to do a brain job on you. You know that you need to hold on to the truth. You need to support one another. We're in our Greek phalanx right now. We're Americans in our phalanx, and we got our shields up protecting each other, and we got our spears pointed at our common enemy. And we're protecting one another, and we got our spears pointed at the common enemy. And I've identified, we are able, because we're modern, we're able to make distinctions, and we're able to see who is our enemy and who is our friend, who is our ally. And when our allies aren't acting like allies, we're able to tell them that and help them make distinctions. Because if they're unable to make distinctions, then they're not really our allies. Alright, guys. Alright, America. Until next time, hang in there. Pogo Kiddo out. Peace!